Hello and welcome to Blue Girls Podcast. I've got dreams from May 2017 today. So the first one is, May 5th, 2017. So it's my 7th anniversary of documenting these dreams. Let's see here. I was up all night and day as I made it to my destination. Then I had a strange dream when I slept like a rock. I was sitting in front of an older woman with my purse from my thrift store, not the one I'm carrying with me. I told the woman who I paid $4.06 for the purse, but it was actually higher, more like 5 something or 6 something. It seemed that I wasn't being upfront with the correct amount for some reason, which it isn't normal behavior for me. Maybe this person in dream is someone else and not me, but just seeing through someone else's eyes. So this is a little weird. Who cares about a purse? I meant, I do have some memory problems, and so I could have been off for that, but it's like only a couple of dollars, and then so anyway, but usually sometimes it's pretty accurate with when I have dreams of numbers. So it could just be symbolic that there was something like, possibly going on in my life right now. It says I paid $406, but it was actually, I paid more than what I was supposed to. It sounds like 5 or 6, or whatever. Who cares? Okay, so next dream is deja vu. Something spooked me today, and this is not a dream. Now, you may hear planes. I'm just forewarning you. I didn't hear them for like almost a week, barely. But sometimes, I think I can just kind of tune them out. It's not too bad. It's mainly during like the day, like in the mornings or whatever. So I come into town on a bus and I am carrying some luggage and sit in the back seat. The first guy who starts a conversation with me just happens to have lived in the small town. Oh, I'm not gonna read this. This is some guy on a bus told me this wild tale, and about the in the dream of something that happened in the same town that I lived in, and he no longer lives there. But then I tried looking it up and there was nothing. I couldn't find anything. But something did tragic happen to a young woman who lived there, and her parents in a bigger city. So something tragically did happen, but it wasn't there. Okay, so the next dream is dream while in Tijuana. I have been traveling and stopped over in San Diego at the last minute. I decided to make a quick stop in Tijuana at a dive hotel. I surprisingly had a dream, which is rare for me when traveling. Anyway, I remember a residential area that was not familiar. There was a Caucasian woman helping someone's Mexican mom. There were 2 lovers, one being a blonde female who was giddy and being playful with her boyfriend. She was pretty young as well. I remember someone passing a car in the parking lot at nighttime. I didn't recognize any of the areas of the dream. However, the next day while taking a train, I did pass residential areas in San Diego. Well, duh. So yeah, I mean, before I read this, there was it was at nighttime and there was a parking lot. So I remember that they were kind of just hanging out there, the 2 lovers or whatever. So like, yeah, I just spent like one night over in Tijuana, and it was just to say, oh yeah, I was there, right? But I went over there, and it's like, I told the guy driving the taxi the address, and he was like shocked. So I guess it wasn't the best neighborhood, but so anyway, and then the door, like when the door was not always locked, or it just was, there was some difficulty with the door. So all I did was go and grab a pop or something at the convenience store, and nobody spoke, or I think maybe one person spoke English. But, what do you expect? It's their country, So anyway, it was like, so I didn't really do much, and there was graffiti on the buildings and stuff. And I didn't see any rough looking people, but I just remember that about it. The taxi guy was, you going there? He didn't have to say it. His word is just the way he said it. This is his facial expression. Kiddo, as I have been traveling this month, I've been noticing a silent, quiet voice. When I was in San Diego on the 9th, for some reason, I was thinking about my former therapist. The next day, a homeless-looking person. Hello, kiddo. It was the therapist that was thinking about, and she was the only one that ever called me. Kiddo, a couple of days later, trick, and today, never, I don't want to say it. I do not have a pattern of hearing voices and have not been diagnosed with schizophrenia. Yeah, well, you should see my say what, or I call it paranormal experiences on my I was talking to my friend about another friend and then ran into her minutes later. I'm not for sure exactly what all this means, but I think it's rather odd. So that was weird. Yeah, this therapist used to call me kiddo. That's when I was like 19. And I'm way older than that. I'm not old as an ancient, but old enough to not be called kiddo. So anyway, so the next dream is, I don't even think there's that many in May. Okay, form. There was a form filled out by a woman. Another woman throws spaghetti against the wall. $1, $2. When I got to the tub, a form and tub, another woman was there when I had first dibs. I didn't know she was going to be there, so told her take 5 minutes to take a bath and be done, and we'll be done. I remember that dream, man. That's one thing about these dreams is sometimes I don't, why am I having this dream? Why are you telling me this? Flirtation. This young woman seems to be attracted to another woman. She is physically bumping into her on purpose. The woman doesn't seem to be responding to her flirtation. Trailer park clear. Someone is slowly driving his car and sees a trailer park to his right. Young couple are cuddling with each other. Doors. Okay, this is the last one for May 2017. Thank God. There was this guy who looked like a friend of mine, Greek, who was running up some marble stairs that were outside, possibly Washington, D.C. or government capital. A young woman goes to a counter, like possibly a doctor's office. And she seems to be going through a hallway with several doors, kind of confusing. Then there's a letter that states an original amount of loan. Okay. Yeah, so my friend, he's Greek. Well, he's actually half Irish and half Greek, I think. But he looks Greek, just by looking at him. But he's got that snout of his last name. He showed me a picture of one of his ancestors. Not his ancestors, but his last name ancestors. And he's got the same nose. So anyway, okay, so the next dream, we're going to be in June 2017. There's a lot of damn dreams here. Okay, older brother dream. My brother told me about a couple of people who live in his area of his new house, a couple of young women that were neighbors of my nieces and nephew growing up. I wasn't for sure which ones were living in his town. So when I walked into a store today, the woman at the cashier looked familiar. I mistaken her for her younger sister. All the sister kind of look a lot, and haven't seen most of them since they were teenagers, are now in their early 30s. I think they're in their late 30s, actually. So I told my brother about it later. He took a nap, and I dreamed. He said, he dreamed. He said he had a strange dream and that kids were wild. He confirmed that it was his kids when they were younger. I'm not for sure exactly what this means, although I told my brother that I used to get his kids all wound up. When I was in my 20s, I used to get his kids, and sometimes the neighbor kids wound up since I was more energetic in my 20s. Yes, I was like really, in my 20s, I was hyper. and I had energy. Like, I meant more than I do now, but that's what happens when you grow older, unfortunately, and things don't seem to work as good as they used to. Look forward to that, huh? But I was hyper, man. I used to go and play with his kids, and then the neighbors' kids. Like we do, like like I would with water fights. I throw buckets of water, and just play with them, and I get them all wound up, and then my older brother, would just you get a little upset and try to calm them down after I wound them all up. Oh, what am I doing? I need to go back to June. I got confused here. There we go. Okay, June 2017. Yes. Okay. I am on the road to nowhere. A young woman is taken a long bus trip on Greyhound. She has a bus ticket with several bus transfers. She has a layover at a destination of 5 hours. I do not know final destination. She wants to know how far it is to New York. She has a close-up of a picture of an Asian child with dark eyes and short dark hair. So I don't remember this dream or where I'm even at. But it's a long bus trip. Now, when I was younger, I used to take Greyhound. I always thought the bus, mainly the Greyhound, But they have different buses now, more so. But I never even checked to see how much it was to fly. I just thought, I'm poor, I have to take the bus. And, nowadays it's actually, sometimes even cheaper just to fly. Well, you guys know that, but it's like when I was in my 20s, you could get a one-way ticket to just about anywhere in the United States it was $79 or $99, 7 days in advance, okay? So they had that. Now it's like they don't have that, and it's like you might as well just fly. And Amtrak is I love Amtrak. That's my favorite form of travel because it's very nostalgic to me, and I just love it. And I know people are kind of like, well, it's some of the physical train is outdated, but that's great as long as everything is working most of the time, right? But anyway, so I don't know where this is. I mean, I'm obviously close to New York. So the next dream is Twister. Okay, a little girl shows someone on an empty ceramic mug. A guy is sitting on a threadbare couch by himself. He looks outside a window and sees clouds, like a twister tornado is developing. Newspapers. We're still in June 2017. I'm going to try to get all of this down for June. A Mexican couple are sitting in the back of a bus. A guy sitting next to them was showing them different English newspapers, which articles concerning different city names, such as one being Alamogordo, and some Mexican towns. Two women are walking around with their suitcases with other women. One of the women wants to get a brand new suitcase of a zebra pattern. Yeah, so I kind of remember this. I think that kind of happened in real life. Well, I thought it was real life, but anyway, I do remember this one dream. And so for the longest time, I still have my zebra suitcases. So if you see me on the bus with a bunch of zebras, I'm not buying any more zebras suitcases, even though I had those for years, but they one of them, the big one broke because of the snow, and my friend helped me, and he's a big guy, but it was like, I think from dragging it in the snow or rolling it, the wheels busted or something. And then another one is just kind of, so anyway, I don't really have that many of those, and I don't buy any more. I bought something else. Okay. Dirt poor. Come on. No, I don't want you to simplify the page. A dirt poor family is living in a southeastern state. Okay, well, you think it would maybe be the South. A guy was sitting in his living room and debating on whether he wants to be a Satanist. Okay, a photograph is in dream but cannot see it. It has been adjusted. Oh, okay. So, yeah, for a while I was having dreams about the 7th. And this is in 2017 in June. But there was something going on with the 7th. And so this guy in the dream was debating on whether he should be a Satanist slash a-hole. Okay. So I don't know what happened. In real life, I don't think that happened. I don't know. Empty apartment. In a month, a Caucasian woman is sitting at her desk. A woman is in her new spacious empty apartment with just a jukebox. Then there are students getting into a large classroom. So I don't know why she would just have a jukebox there. It kind of reminds me of that movie. I don't know. I just came to my mind. The movie Big. And he gets that apartment. Tom Hanks, his character. I haven't seen that movie in a really long time. And I think that he just has like a pop machine in there. So that's kind of weird, but I think that's what they had. And they had some other things. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. Something odd. There's always something odd that happens. Well, actually, nothing is odd to me anymore. Anyway, where I am temporarily staying, I was in my bedroom and it was quite windy and the patio sliding door was opening this morning. The wind was pushing up against my locked bedroom door, and it sounded like someone giggling with the door trying to open it. I was awake when this was happening, and once I opened the door, the noise stopped. Throughout the years, I have been awakened to hearing someone giggling with usually the front door. Excuse me, I don't remember this. It seems to have been a theme in my life, and sometimes I do not know if it was real life or was dreaming. So something happened. I know where this is located, like in physically. So what happened? I remember one time, and this happened in real life, was I was recording a video, and I think I deleted it because I thought, oh gosh, well, I thought it was just me. But so I went to go play back the video, and I heard an older woman's voice say something. I don't even remember what it was, but I was like, okay. And so I thought that it was maybe, the neighbors saying something, but it was so weird. Like the neighbor had a friend over, an older female, but what was so weird is it felt like it was the voice sounded like it was in the same room for me. And I didn't hear it when I was doing the video, but when I went back, I heard somebody, like an older woman, say something. And I said, geez, that's weird. So I erased it. This is too weird even for me. Okay, so the next dream is Jack's. A very large Jack sculpture is sitting in a dimly lit room. A young, handsome man is dressed professionally with a suit. A woman is around because there is an item that is buried underneath the house. Okay. Carpet. An African-American man is having a conversation with someone sitting across from him, but cannot hear conversation in my dream. At nighttime, a woman goes and picks up cat food for her two cats. There is a red stain on the carpet of the woman's apartment. I see a bus shuttle number 50. Areas look familiar. I vaguely remember this Jack's. I think there was an actual sculpture like that. Or something similar, because I just remember that. I don't even remember this in dream until I read it. So I think I probably saw that in real life and then had the dream. Okay, so the next dream is middle-aged woman. A group of middle-aged women are sitting at a dining table together. One woman looks like Laura Linney, 9 months. A young woman is in an area with different scenery than previous dreams. She is going in a straight direction on a bus that turned out to be Oregon in real life. She is crying to an older guy. 9 months really effed me up. $90. Last night, late in the evening to early morning, since a guy was in my room. Next day, someone knocked on my front door, and when answered, it was gone. So 2 days later, again, someone knocked on my door. When answered, it, two young guys are reminding me of the guy I sensed in my dream as far as his physical characteristics, but he wasn't wearing a hat. I don't know who that was. I don't answer the doors. And my Lord told me one time that I don't have to answer the door. Okay, so that's okay. But it's like usually I like to be left alone, and I don't really care if you're at the door. And so it's usually not somebody that I really want to talk to. I mean, if I want someone to come visit me, then that's a different story. Then I know they're coming, but, you never know who's out that door. Florida is the next dream. Another couple are sitting on a long couch with another woman at the end of it. A guy that looks like my friend is looking for possibly a small key. Then I see the word Florida on Florida, and I am shown Upper Florida, not Panhandle. On July 15, 2017, an opportunity for an apartment became available. I was looking on this website and saw a location in Florida, and it did happen to be upper part of Florida. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I've never moved back to Florida. I was only a long time ago. I was just there for like a snowbird, and then I'm sure I stated this, but well, I'm not going to do this strange occurrence of events this week because I don't really have time. Asian couple and different scenery. Yeah, I don't even know if I can get all this in here. Asian couple, there were these happy-go-lucky middle-aged Asian couple walking through possibly a skyways, and a woman is staying in an open basement, different scenery. Another dream with very different scenery and no place I've lived or visited. There are all kinds of people walking around. So people at a college campus, a woman says, you can stay here as long as you like. Then the dream jumps to a fresh, old-fashioned sled tracks in the snow. Okay, so this is the last one, is pink pajamas. Come on. What a strange dream. I was in my 20s again because I looked thinner. My hair was long and with bangs. For some reason at nighttime, I was walking around wearing my pink colored and white striped pajamas. Okay. I didn't wear these pajamas at this age. Anyway, I was walking at this large apartment complex and saw a group of guys walking around, together. I was trying to avoid being seen in my pajamas. So this was weird. I was just like, sometimes these dreams are weird, and I just call it as it is, and I just read them. And sometimes whatever. So I knew what this at. I was actually at an old residential, where I was living in real life, it was in the Southwest, but where I was walking around, it was a former place that I lived in the Midwest. And I was walking around in my pajamas, and I was younger. I was in my 20s, and nobody really said anything. And it's like, I don't know why I would do that. This is before people started wearing their pajamas during the day and walking around. So anyway, I think that was, what was that? That was May, wasn't it? I think so. No, June 2017. Okay, so that's it for June. Now we're going to be going, the next video is going to be starting July 2000. I'm just trying to get it real quick here. Come on. Okay, so thank you for watching. This concludes May and June of 2017. Thank you.